I mean, absolutely a wild game. Tale of two halves, to say the least. And, what a gutty performance by our guys in the second half to be able to come back, tie the game, send it to overtime. And then I thought in overtime played with great poise and great execution. Obviously, incredible efforts from a number of guys, especially Josh Williams, Matty McConnell. I thought Malik Petway down the stretch of the game made, some of the biggest plays of the game, whether it was rebounds, blocks, and seemed like he was just out there playing, where the last couple of games he hadn't done that. But it was really an incredible comeback. Tribute to our defense there in the second half, holding them to 19 points in the second half, and really just not giving up. And credit those guys in the locker room. They had some great talk during the game, during the timeouts, rallying each other, continuing to stay positive, and I think that's why things turned in our favor.
It looked like you were getting to the rim a little bit better in the second half offensively.
Yeah.
Anything changed there? Or?
Well, obviously they do a really good job of not allowing you to run offense. And like bad coaches, we tried to run offense in the first half, and in the second half we kind of resorted to, some more middle ball screens and letting guys kind of get downhill in space. They don't leave shooters. They don't always help off, on your perimeter drives, and so you got to be able to go in there and make a play. Matty did a great job of it. Josh, John, they got into the paint, they were able to score, and that's what you have to be able to do against them in order to be successful. And so we kind of went to that in the second half pretty much exclusively, and it allowed us to get to the free throw line, and it allowed us, to get some crucial baskets that we needed.
What did you say to your guys heading into overtime?
This is fun, right? This is what you do all the work for. This is, congratulating them on sending it to overtime, and talked about now we got to play for another 5 minutes, and this is the excitement, man. This is what you, if you're a competitor, you want to be in those kind of environments, right? And they were super excited in that pre-overtime timeout, I guess. And they were doing a lot of the talking to each other about, hey, let's go out and get a stop. Hey, let's get a rebound. Hey, let's execute. Talking about all the things that we needed to do to be successful. And then they went out and did it.
Andy, how much do you think past experience at trailing a half and being in these situations helped you?
Yeah, I guess, if that's the glass half full look at it, right? We've obviously been in this situation a number of times in the last few weeks. I'd like to figure out how to not be in this situation quite as much, but we'll talk to Matty and Josh about that when we leave here. But it was when we went into halftime, no one had their eye, no one was hanging their heads, And I think even in the first half, I thought we had some really good opportunities to score. We didn't capitalize on, whether it was some good looks, whether it was some good driving opportunities that we just weren't aggressive enough on. And they were the tougher team. They seemed to want it more in the first half. They were the aggressor. And I think in the second half we came out and were the aggressor. And I think, guys like Matty, guys like Josh, guys like Malik, Charles Bain had some really big plays where he's just tipping balls out, right? Any of those little plays kind of started to swing momentum in our direction. And I think they know that that's the recipe when we get down, because maybe we have been down before. But, it was, a credit to these guys and the effort and the leadership that they provided, that really allowed us to get back into the game.
What did you attribute the turnovers in the first half to, and how did you kind of minimize them into the second?
I think I thought our guys were a little bit hesitant. Maybe there was a little bit of nerves. At times, first conference tournament game, some guys, in different environment. Obviously, they were defending incredibly well. They were ultra aggressive. So I think, we settled in a little bit and just played in the second half. And I think, again, we changed a little bit of our offensive philosophy from trying to execute maybe more offense and really just going to that ball screen and getting downhill.
Andy, what goes through your head when, I think it was Malik who got up for that key block on their final play in regulation?
Yeah, I think it's a play that we've seen Malik make. I thought he just reacted instinctively and went up and got that block. The other block he had in transition was a huge play for us, and so he's capable of making those plays. And in the last couple weeks, he hasn't made as many of those. And I think he had a huge smile on his face in the locker room after the game, because it seemed like he got back to just playing with great effort and just letting it all hang out. And I think that's when he's at his best. But obviously a crucial block, a crucial play. Josh did a great job moving his feet on Chauncey Hawkins and making it difficult for him to elevate. And then Malik was there obviously to clean it up.
Thank you, gentlemen.